The film begins with a group of soldiers scouting an area called Hyena Road. There, they spot a Middle Eastern man carrying a bombshell to the side of a mountain. Because of the danger he poses, the soldiers immediately fire at him, killing the man on the spot. As the soldiers wait for their ride back to the base, one of them, Ryan, notices some black patches on the road. Suspicious about the patches, Ryan requests the convoy to stop in their tracks. He also asks the sniper to fire at each of the black spots. The first 2 patches turn out to be harmless, but when the sniper hits the third one, it explodes. The patch is revealed to be a landmine, and enemies begin to appear seemingly out of nowhere. As a result, the soldiers must escape the area by alternative routes. While escaping, they notice a small village in the desert. They enter and carefully inspect the village for enemies. Inside, they encounter an elder who nonchalantly throws a grenade away. Ryan communicates this back to the base, describing the elder as having 1 blue eye and 1 brown eye. The captain, Pete, asks Ryan to reconfirm the description, and he does. The elder invites the soldiers into a house, and trusting him, Ryan instructs his team to move in. Inside, the soldiers check their equipment and reload their guns. Suddenly, children enter the room carrying plates of food, confusing the soldiers. The soldiers, along with the elder, wait for something to happen. Soon, an explosion occurs beside the elder, providing the enemy a potential passageway. The elder steps outside, and the soldiers, believing this is their last stand, say their goodbyes to one another. However, the elder returns inside, and miraculously, the enemy is nowhere to be found. As the soldiers leave, they remain confused about the events they just witnessed. Meanwhile, Pete goes outside and has a smoke. In the next scene, a general discusses the creation of Hyena Road in front of Bashir Daoud Khan, also known as BDK, and his son. BDK is a powerful figure with his own militia. The general hopes BDK will support the creation of Hyena Road, as it is vital for creating a pathway to the heart of the Taliban forces. At first, BDK refuses, but he and his son eventually agree to support the project. They end the meeting with a handshake. After the meeting, Pete and a female soldier discuss BDK's shady appearance. Pete then informs her that he is leaving to go to Spare. While traveling, Pete narrates that Alexander the Great once tried to conquer Afghanistan. He shares an anecdote about Alexander's mother writing to him, warning that he could not conquer the region. Alexander responds by gifting her a bag of soil from Afghanistan. After a while, the mother realizes that even the dirt is hostile. She now understands why her son has failed to conquer it. After the story, Pete reaches Spare. In Spare, Ryan approaches Jen, who is eating alone. They are secretly lovers. Pete approaches Ryan from another table and introduces himself. He then asks if he can talk to Ryan outside for a bit, and Ryan agrees. Outside the tent, Pete tells Ryan that he was listening during their confrontation with the Taliban earlier. He then says he knows something is going on between him and Jen. Instead of reprimanding Ryan, Pete congratulates him. After this, Pete explains that what the elder did for their group is an old tribal custom. He then asks Ryan to help him identify this crazy-eyed elder. That night, Ryan and Jen are talking. Jen suddenly tells Ryan that, although they are perfect for each other, they must stop their relationship for now. She explains that continuing it might hinder their military careers. Ryan wholeheartedly accepts this. The following day, a soldier briefs a journalist about the do's and don'ts when accompanying the soldiers. He specifically warns against staring intently at the local women. In the next scene, Pete and Ryan, along with a translator, speak to an elder from the same village. They ask about the other elder, but the elder tells them he is the only one there. He explains that the person they are looking for is like a ghost. He adds that the elder might be living in Kandahar city. After meeting the elder, Pete immediately goes to his informant, Haji, also known as the cleaner. Haji confirms that the ghost has indeed returned. He also tells Pete that his uncle has arranged a meeting with him tomorrow. Afterwards, Ryan informs his group that he is going somewhere the next day. However, he shares bad news. 2 unknown soldiers have been captured by the Taliban. This enrages one of his fellow soldiers because there is nothing worse than being captured alive by the Taliban.
I'm fucking fine with that.
The following day, Pete and Ryan, along with other soldiers, wait in the middle of the desert before moving out. While waiting, Pete asks the translator to turn up the music. The music lifts everyone's spirits, and they all dance as if there is no danger. After this moment of joy, the convoy begins to move toward Kandahar. Before reaching their destination, Pete discreetly drops off the cleaner. Pete explains to Ryan that Haji is one of the bravest and most trustworthy men he knows. They finally reach their destination, where Pete, Ryan, and the translator enter a house. Inside, they meet the elder they have been looking for. After a formal introduction, Pete offers the elder some money as a reward for helping Ryan in the village. The elder refuses, saying it is foolish to accept money without understanding its purpose. Pete then tells him about the so-called Lion of the Desert, a legendary warrior who is now returned. Afterwards, Pete gives the elder a calling card so he can contact him if he has news about the legendary warrior. After the elder leaves, Pete tells Ryan that the elder is, in fact, the Lion of the Desert. As they head to their cars, Pete explains why this warrior is also called Ghost. He says that during the Soviet occupation of Afghanistan, Afghanistan, the Soviets could not kill this warrior despite multiple wounds and injuries. Driving away from the house, Pete tells Ryan that the elder could be a valuable ally because the Taliban seem to respect him. However, the car suddenly explodes. Luckily, everyone inside is safe, but Pete must destroy the radio to prevent it from falling into enemy hands. Together, the three maneuver through the streets while enemies appear on the rooftops of houses. After successfully fending off some attackers, they re-encounter the cleaner who is driving a truck. They immediately hop onto the back of the truck, with Haji saying that he comes looking as soon as he hears gunfire. Back at the base, the two discuss the near-death encounter they just experienced. Pete offers Ryan his cynical view of what is likely to happen in Afghanistan. Ryan, however, is optimistic, believing that even a single bullet can change everything. With that, they conclude their conversation. In the next scene, Pete speaks with Haji again. Pete is confused as to why Ghost agreed to meet them only to say nothing. He instructs Haji to find out the importance of that village and who lives there. The cleaner immediately accepts the task. Afterwards, Pete asks a fellow soldier about some events in the village. Once the information is gathered, Haji calls Pete to report that BDK owns the land where the village is located. Pete then instructs Haji to come to spare. In the next scene, Jen consults a doctor after not having menstruated for 6 months. The doctor reveals that she is already pregnant. Immediately after, the cleaner arrives in Spear. There, Pete, Ryan, and Haji discuss that the village land is actually BDK's property. Pete explains that BDK leases the land to farmers who cannot always pay on time. One such farmer cannot pay, and this farmer is Ghost's son. Therefore, Ghost returned to protect his family's honor. Ryan then tells Pete that he has snipers positioned around the area to monitor the comings and goings. We see Ryan's men preparing their equipment and weapons. They are deployed in the early hours of the following morning. The soldiers take positions in the mountains near the village, getting a clear view through their scopes. At first, nothing of importance occurs. Suddenly, BDK's convoy arrives at the gate of the village. There, they immediately kidnap Ghost's granddaughters. The sniper requests swift retaliation against the kidnappers, but Pete tells him not to shoot if no guns are present. The sniper struggles with his conscience. In the end, he does not pull the trigger, much to his disappointment. Due to the incident, Ryan storms out of the communication room. Jen follows him, explaining that they are just following the chain of command and rules of engagement. She wants to talk more, but Ryan shuts her down to confront Pete, who has just exited the facility. Pete tells him that the children might be sold to obtain the money BDK wants. He also explains that they did not intervene because BDK is an important asset. They meet with the cleaner, who informs them that Ghost will seek revenge following an old tribal custom. Pete then tells Ryan about the long-standing bad blood between Ghost and BDK, dating back to their time in the army against the Soviets. Pete believes that BDK must be killed because he is evil, but only Ghost can do it, so it appears as a personal vendetta rather than a political move. He further tells Ryan that they will meet Ghost in a safe house. In the next scene, Ghost receives a call that angers and saddens him. The scene jumps to BDK's son, who is leaving a barbershop when he is suddenly abducted by unknown men. They deliver BDK's son in front of Ghost. Afterwards, BDK receives a similarly upsetting call. The scene then shifts back to Ryan, who is meeting Jen in her room. Inside, Jen shows Ryan the ultrasound of their baby. Ryan tells Jen that it is the most beautiful thing he has ever seen. Jen asks Ryan if he wants the baby, and he answers that he does. Jen cries, fearing Ryan would not take responsibility. Meanwhile, Pete meets the general to discuss BDK's involvement with the Taliban. He explains that Hyena Road is delayed because BDK profits from the constant disruption in the region. Pete further says that he intends to make Ghost their ally. The general accepts as he despises BDK. Soon after, Pete and the cleaner meet Ghost in the safe house. Meanwhile, Ryan briefs his men about the safe house and precautions for the likely meeting between Ghost and BDK. Inside the safe house, Pete discusses the recent kidnapping incident. He tells Ghost that he is giving him money as a gift and invites him to the opening ceremony of Hyena Road. Ghost, still humble, insists that he is just a simple grape farmer. Pete, however, insists that he attend. Ghost asks Pete who will be present, and Pete replies that BDK will also be there. Ghost's eyes widen at what he has just heard. After telling them that he has known BDK since he was young, Ghost says it will be an honor to attend the opening. With that, their meeting concludes. That night, Ryan meets Jen in a secluded place. There, Ryan tells Jen that if they get out of this mission alive, he wants to marry her. Jen happily accepts his proposal. They share a passionate and longing kiss. Jen then warns Ryan to be careful on the upcoming mission. Ryan promises to be careful. The following day, the general and his convoy head to the opening ceremony. Meanwhile, Ryan and his men position themselves on a mountain with a clear view of both the safe house and the ceremony. This allows them to monitor BDK's movements. After waiting for a while, they finally spot BDK's convoy on the road. Instead of going to the ceremony, the convoy heads toward the safe house. Pete immediately calls calls a department to hack the calls in the region to listen in on their conversation. After an initial failure, the department successfully hacks BDK's phone. When BDK arrives, Ghost immediately confronts him. With a translator, Pete and the others listen closely to the conversation. At first, Ghost accuses BDK, a former student, of disrespecting him. BDK responds that Ghost's son failed to pay the rent for the land. After Ghost gives BDK the money, he asks for his granddaughters back. BDK demands the same for his son. Ghost returns BDK's son, but only his head. BDK mourns and prepares to shoot Ghost. Ryan wants to fire at BDK since he has a weapon. Despite Pete's repeated pleas not to shoot, Ryan fires anyway.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
As the group leaves their position, Pete reprimands Ryan for shooting against orders, saying he interfered with Ghost's honorable death. The group moves to the village where they encounter Ghost. There they face multiple enemies. The group, along with Ghost, struggles to escape and takes shelter in a house. Realizing this may be their last stand, Ryan calls for an artillery strike on their location. Jen cries out, begging Ryan to cancel the request, but he insists. While waiting for the imminent strike, Ryan tells Ghost that he is going to be a father. Ryan then apologizes to Jen. Soon after, the artillery strike devastates the area, killing them all. The scene then jumps to soldiers raiding a house full of children. They rescue Ghost's granddaughters. The film ends with a funeral ceremony for the fallen soldiers, with Pete, Jen, and the general in attendance. Meanwhile, Ghost's son visits a grave with his daughters. If you enjoyed this explanation and want more in-depth movie breakdowns, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for more incredible stories. Thanks for watching, take care, and see you in the next video.